Hey, what's up? This is Mike from Blood of the Wolf. I have a Jackson KVMG concept series. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so I purchased this guitar mainly because of all the features on this guitar. For example, we have an original Floyd Rose. We have direct mounted EMG pickups. I really like direct mounted pickups. That's kind of my favorite thing. We have an ebony fretboard. We have lumen lay dot markers. One volume, one tone. I really like that. On the USA King V, you have two volumes and a tone, and I'm not a fan of the two volume knob thing. I don't see a reason for it, so I'm not a fan. We have Goto tuners up top here. It comes with Dunlop strap buttons attached. The back of his neck is awesome. We have a maple wenge, two-piece, maybe three-piece, I don't know, neck, maple and wenge. Let's see here. The back plate is metal, not plastic. That's kind of cool. The fretwork on this neck here, when you kind of take your fingers and them around along the length of the neck, very nice fretwork. Also, this guitar comes with a soft core case. I really like the soft core cases. If you haven't experienced a soft core case, it's sort of like a hard shell case without the hard plastic shell. It's very lightweight, protects the guitar very well. I've used a foam core case on tour once and it held up surprisingly well. So I really like the foam core cases. It's a nice feature. This guitar is crafted in Korea. Okay, you can see the label right there on the back, crafted in Korea. Okay, so all those features are awesome. That's why I bought this guitar. I bought them for the features. I also bought it for this. I think that is very, very, very attractive. And they don't do that on the USA models or the Pro models. This is the only series that they're, so far, maybe the wild card? I don't know. Maybe the wild card, but yeah, I really, really, really liked the back of the neck. That was the big selling point for me. And the direct mounted pickups was a big selling point for me too. Now, as far as the cons go, and I'm sorry to say that there are quite a few cons here. So if you're new to my channel, let me just say this, I'm a very picky person. I'm not trying to be a picky person, that's just kind of how I am. I'm a picky person, and I also think, well, I've been playing guitar for almost 30 years now, so there's that too. It's just experience and me being a picky son of a bitch. So let's talk about the cons. There are many aesthetic flaws on this guitar. There's a little bit of bleed right up here along the binding on the headstock, and I will get close-ups with this. There's a little bit of dust that's actually in the finish. It's not on the finish. I thought it was on the finish, but it's like in the clear coat. There are some spots on the back of the neck which aren't from wood. It looks like it's either paint or some ink or something that got on the back of the neck. There are some white marks on the fretboard itself, starting on the 17th fret going up, which I did oil the fretboard and give this thing a full setup, which I always do when I buy a new guitar, and I recommend that you do the same thing because you will discover things while you're doing the setup. But when I oiled the neck, I think that took care of most of those white spots, but I don't know. We'll get a close-up on the camera and see if you can see those too. Let's see here. There are some tiny scratches on the wood of the ebony fretboard above the 24th fret. When I was doing the setup, I noticed that some of the frets themselves had some tarnish on them, which I was like, this is a brand new guitar. I didn't buy used. I didn't buy B stock. So the fact that there's tarnish already, I don't know. I don't really like that. Not on this level of model. Maybe on a JS series, I could see tarnish being acceptable, but I don't know. It's brand new. The frets should be polished. I shouldn't have to polish them. It's brand new. Let's see here. There are a couple of functional flaws. One of the things is troubling me about this Floyd Rose original is that the bar, first of all, is very snug, which is a good thing. It's very snug when you put the bar into the coupling, but the coupling does not screw on very easily. So I had a hard time putting this on and taking it off. It doesn't, it's supposed to be finger tight. So again, when I show you the flaws close up, I'll show you what's going on with this coupling here. The D saddle on the Floyd Rose here, when I was running through and doing the setup, I used the Allen wrench to loosen the screw. And then for all the other screws, I was able to just kind of use my fingers to unscrew it the rest of the way. So once I got it loose enough, it was just, except for the D saddle, for whatever reason, this one just is not. I use the wrench, loosen it, use my fingers. Oh, it got tight again. Oh, I have to use the wrench, loosen it. Oh, now I can use my fingers. So something is going on with the threading, particularly on the D saddle. There's a very, very, very small crack on the neck in the binding right here by the nut on the high E side, and I don't know, on this level of a guitar I'm not sure I'm okay with that. So anyway, let me put this guitar over on the bench. I'm going to grab the camera and we'll do some close-ups. You can take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to start here on the headstock. There is that dust that's in the finish that I was talking about. See that? That's actually in the finish. Now, do you know how I knew to look for that? Because I've seen this before on a JS32 Dinky. You might have seen my other video. So, on the concept series, not okay. Okay, now we come up here, and this is one of the first things I noticed when I took this out of the case. Look at this, like, sort of this bleed that's happening here between the black finish and the binding. It's not a solid line. And I don't like that. I looked at my other guitars, and as you can see, there's quite a few. I looked at those, and I didn't see this. So this is, I don't know, that's kind of sloppy to me, if you're asking me. So I didn't like that. Let's see here. Oh, let's see if we can pick up those. You see those two scratches? Like, I don't know. That's kind of, oh, in the white spots. Okay, so you can see them a little bit on the camera. They were definitely worse before I oiled the fretboard. The fretboard was very, very dry. And then one final note here about this ebony fretboard. I don't really see a whole lot of grain. And is that normal? Just asking. Because I've only, prior to this guitar, I've only had one other guitar that had an ebony fretboard, and it was so long ago, it was over 10 years ago now, that I don't remember. So is it normal for there to be like no grain in the ebony? Just asking. You know what this kind of looks like is, a friend of mine bought a JS32T Dinky, one of those transparent black ones. It was an amaranth fretboard, but the fretboard must have been stained or dyed, because I remember it looking quite dark, like almost like this. Okay, let me show you those black spots on the back of the neck. It's only in one place. It's right there. It's really small, and I know I'm being picky, but it's not a spot in the wood. This is a spot in the wood. You see that brown spot? That's like some of the wood grain. That is some ink or paint that is not going to come off. So that's just somebody being kind of sloppy. Let's see. Let's take a look here at the top here. See that like white powdery spot? I don't know what that is, but it doesn't seem like the finish is very clean on this guitar. That's the best way I can put it. It just doesn't seem very clean. Doesn't seem like there was a whole lot of care put into the finish. All right, let me talk. Let's take a look here at the the Floyd Rose, the coupling here. Okay. Now the bar fits in there. It's very snug. That's good. But, all right, let me see here. Okay, there. Let's get that camera angle. It's not really, okay, so now it's really tight here. And if I, okay, it's just like it's not gripping correctly. Something is either wrong with the threading inside the arm or this threading is not, I don't know. Something's wrong with the threading. Okay? But I know it's cheap to fix, but again, I just bought this. I shouldn't be putting parts into a brand new guitar. Okay. Yeah, there. You can see it. See that little crack? And maybe that's nothing to worry about. But again, this is a brand new guitar. I don't want to see any cracks anywhere. Okay, so bottom line. I'm definitely sending this one back. Yesterday, I was thinking I would send this back and get another one in exchange. So just get an exchange. Because as I mentioned, I like all the features. I like the guitar, but I have some problems with the aesthetics. Like I don't like I said, the finish is not very clean. It seems to me like they were focused on like, hey, let's put in good components. Let's give this, an original Floyd Rose, good tuners, direct mounted pickups. But then the level of craftsmanship was somewhat sacrificed, or just the level of craftsmanship isn't that much better than the X series or the Pro series. What little experience I've had with the Pro series. As far as the fretwork on this being pretty awesome, so are my Japanese made Jacksons. Like those necks are pretty good too. In fact, the best neck I felt is on my professional Dinky. That neck is remarkably good, remarkably great quality. You might ask, well, how does the guitar feel? How does it play? How does it feel in your hands? It feels good. It feels good, and it plays great. It's the same as my X series guitars. They feel good too, and they play great too. They don't have the same features. And I will say this, the fretwork on this Concept Series King V is better than the fretwork on some of my X series models. I don't want to say all of them, some of them. The fretwork isn't that great. Could use like a fret dressing. But I don't know if I'm completely sold on the Concept Series. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure. I definitely feel like for the price, and I'll tell you how much I paid for it. The guitar was $17.99, but on sale, $300 off, $14.99, and then I got some kind of like bonus cashback thing through Musician's Friend. So I got like $120 off, which basically just covered the tax. So I paid basically just like $1,500 now. So X series models are about $7 these days. They're going in the 700 range. The Pro series is now at like $1,000. So this guitar is basically the cost of a Pro series plus an X series guitar, and I don't see that the quality is matching that price point. Quality in terms of construction, not in terms of features. Again, the features are excellent, but the construction and the care and the craftsmanship, I don't know if it's... There's still flaws on this guitar that I've seen on the JS series and the X series. And that's... I'm not okay with that. I was looking for better craftsmanship and construction. I was looking for like remarkably better craftsmanship and construction, and I'm not seeing that. So that's where we are. Will I send it back? For sure. Am I going to exchange it for another one? I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Maybe. Maybe I'll try another one, and then after that, I don't know. Okay. Hope you found this helpful. Please comment. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.